There's nothing like being at the top of a tall building, right? The wind in your hair, the sun on your face, the ground far below you. Wait, what's that? Are you afraid of heights? You're not alone. A fear of heights, or acrophobia, is one of the most common phobias out there. But why do some people have a crippling fear of heights while others scale buildings for fun? Well, let's start at the beginning. Like most fears, the fear of heights likely has its roots in our evolutionary past. From an early age, we learn that heights are dangerous, and from an evolutionary view, that makes sense. Falling off cliffs and towers wasn't good for our survival, so it would have been beneficial for our ancestors to avoid heights. This avoidance could then translate into a fear response. But how exactly does that work? What's happening inside our bodies when we're afraid of heights? To answer that question, researchers have turned to a surprising place, your inner ear. When you're on a tall building, your inner ear and eyes send conflicting signals to your brain about how upright you are. Your eyes tell your brain that you're standing straight up, but your inner ear tells your brain that you're dangling hundreds of feet up in the air. Because of this conflicting information, your brain calculates that there's a high possibility that you could fall. It then sends signals to your adrenal glands to produce adrenaline and other stress hormones, which kick in the fight or flight response. Adrenaline pumps into your bloodstream. Your heart pounds. Your breathing quickens and you feel fear. Now, some people don't feel much of anything when their brain gets these signals, while others feel a surge of pure terror. That's because some people's brains simply react more strongly to these signals than others do. In fact, studies have shown that people who experience intense fear of heights have heightened activity in the amygdala, the part of the brain that processes emotions. They also have reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thought. These differences in brain activity may be why some people can look out over a tall building and feel only mild anxiety while others feel paralyzed by fear. But it doesn't end there. Past experiences can also shape our fear of heights. If you've taken a tumble off a ladder or had a scary experience at the top of a Ferris wheel, you might feel more apprehensive about heights than someone whose only experience with heights is riding in an elevator. And those aren't the only factors that come into play. Researchers have also found that people who have a family history of phobias are more likely to develop a fear of heights themselves. So if your parents or siblings have phobias, you may be predisposed to developing one, too. All of this is to say that there are multiple reasons why some people are afraid of heights. It's not just a matter of being cautious. Instead, it's a combination of our biology, past experiences, and genetics that make us afraid of falling. So the next time you're on a tall building, take a moment to appreciate the complexity of your body and brain. Not only are you experiencing the thrill of being at a height, but you're also processing all sorts of information to keep you safe. Thanks to our ancestors, we have learned to be cautious of heights. Thanks to our nervous system, we have the ability to experience fear. And thanks to our brain, we can make sense of the world around us and keep ourselves safe. Now go ahead, enjoy the view. Just take it all in at your own pace. If you enjoyed learning about the different parts of your brain, you'll probably love our video on how memories are made. So click here to watch that video and learn even more about your amazing brain.